Well, so this is the last day. I'm leaving in the morning. Got a lot done. Still have a ton to get done. And the wind is kicking up around here like no other. I wanted to drop a couple more trees, but with the wind the way it is, they don't want to fall the way I want them to. So I'm gonna quit for now. I'll be back up here, and I'm taking a week, working for a week down there. Talk to my boss, and we'll be back up here in another week. So I'll try and shade you from the sun too much. It's I don't know, about 3 o'clock or so, maybe 4 o'clock by now. I still don't have a clock in the trailer. One of these days I should probably get one. But when I'm up here, I'm just working from the time the sun comes up till the time the sun goes down, with a couple breaks for meals in between. What you doing, Gibby? Come here. Oh, Gibby. Taking naps all day under the tree. You're getting all dirty. Yep. So a lot of today was Richard doing some tractor work. He smoothed out there for the Connex boxes. I worked on a dog run area, basically. Someplace that next time I come up, I can bring a bunch of chain link fence. I want to go 6-foot chain link fence for a dog run area for now, so that when we're working on the rest of the property, getting it cleaned up and getting other fencing put up, I don't have to worry about where my dogs are. They see a deer or a wild turkey or something and take off through the forest, and I gotta go chase them down. They're not used to being out on so much land, and they'll probably run off and get lost. So today was spent on a dog run area. That's this area over here. It's going to be, I think, 80 feet long and 50 feet wide. So a little bit bigger than the normal dog run. It's going to go from that oak tree right there to the back of the camper. And then it's going to go from that oak tree out to a big fat oak tree out there, and then come into this pine tree. And I've done a lot of clearing out of everything. I've cleared a ton of trees, a ton of shrubs, and so we have a straight line there, and then we have a straight line from that oak tree out. And then I think I need that oak tree right behind the trailer with the red ribbon around it. I think that needs to get cut down, and then I have a straight line down there. Then all needs to get done is to clean out all this. You see these piles of shrubs, scrubs, and I think it's a shoot, I forget what the forestry guy called it. I thought it was sagebrush, but he didn't call it sagebrush. I don't know. Some type of plant that the forestry wants to see gone as part of their program to help me clean up the property. There are certain rules. Certain trees have to be a certain distance apart, or you have to cut them down, with the exception of any tree that's over 8 inches in diameter. So right here we've got pine trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whole bunch right in there, and they want to see 10 to 12 feet between trees, but I don't have to cut those down because they're all over 8 inches in diameter, except for this one right here, and maybe that one right there. This little oak tree, it's got to go. That little pine tree right there has to go. And that pine tree right there is dead, so it's going to go anyways. So there are rules to how I have to crop the land to get paid to do it, which is the goal, because I'm not going to have an income when I'm building this house. It's going to be a very rough year and a half of my life. I'm hoping that my wife can find a job in town, part-time possibly. She's also planning on homeschooling the kids. So it's going to be a very busy time with very little income, other than the money we have set aside to do this. And trying to build a house and build up a property without spending that money to live on is going to be hard. We're going to have to start a greenhouse and a garden pretty much right away so that we can grow stuff year round. And I'm trying to locate a greenhouse that's inexpensive and fairly decent size that I can just put up. It has to be able to hold what the neighbor said he got 3 feet of snow 3 years ago in one shot. So it has to have a pretty good snow load bearing to it. If anybody out there knows what type of greenhouse, it's got to be pretty decent size. It's got to be, I'd say, like 20 by 20 or somewhere close to that square footage, and inexpensive and easy to put up. So I'm very needy, but we're making it happen. It's going to happen no matter what. There's no turning back. Our house is going on the market in a couple days. We already have a buyer for it, and in 60 days the house will be sold and we will be up here full time. School's out next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything falls together and the pieces fall in the right places, and it goes just fine. I have faith. I think it will. I'm going to make it happen. It has to. So, no turning back now. I'll take you up to that spot where my neighbor leveled out for those Connex boxes. You can see the work we did up there. We also dug up some more stumps out here. There's still tons of stumps to dig up. I think there's probably at least 10 to 12 more stumps, decent sized stumps to dig up. And then all the rest of the trees that I fall, I've got to dig up those stumps. The difference between the pine trees and the oak trees, you have to pull the stumps up or they'll come back next year, and they'll come back more as a bush. The pine trees, the stumps will just die off, and 7 years down the road they'll be compost, they'll be done. But the oak trees, they're pretty hardy and they like to keep growing. So this little area up here, out back there, 2 spots for 2 Connex boxes, fairly level. And an uphill box, it's pretty level. Might need a little shovel work. It had a big dip, a big hole in the back, and he tried to fill it in the best he could in the limited amount of time that he had. This area right here was already flat. All it needed was a bucket to scrape it, and hopefully the driver can drop a Connex box there without a problem. I'm hoping we get a good driver. That other spot got a big tree. If we can get it in up there somewhere close, and I can use a come along to square them up and get them good. There is a difference in grade, probably about a foot or so, maybe 2 feet difference in height from the 2 Connex boxes, and I want them about 12 feet apart. I wanted them different heights so that I can put a roof in between them and park my El Camino in there, and the roof will shed the water and snow off the side. It won't just sit on top of it. Oh, There's Gibby. He must have woke up from his nap and wondered where I was. Poor dog, he's never been on a lead before. So he doesn't like it too much. He'll walk on a leash. Being stuck on a lead? Nah. Not his gig. He'd rather be in a fenced-in area. So hopefully next time I come up here I get that fence done for them. Get a nice gate put on the side so I can put a tractor in there in the dog run area with them. And park some of my equipment in there. That way if I go to town there's nobody here. The dogs will be in a dog run with the equipment. Nobody will bother it. There's still, some people are still worried about a little bit of the riffraff that was going around. People stealing stuff. But it was mostly vacation homes that were being hit. So I'm not going to be too worried about it. So I'm heading home in the morning. But there'll be plenty more videos to come. If you guys subscribe, if you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. There'll be plenty of videos out. We're just starting out here. Share one of our videos, tell everybody about the channel. Hit the like button and leave a comment. If you know of a good greenhouse that has a good snowfall rating or a snow load rating, put it in the comments so I can research it. I haven't done much research on them, but all I usually find are the small ones, and I need something big. I also need something, big so I can put my hydroponic system in it with my koi fish, or the aquaponics. One of them. I've got koi fish and goldfish in a tank, and I gotta have a place to put that that's somewhat sheltered from the elements so it doesn't freeze over too much this winter. So until next time guys, go make something.